Stop missing fairways. In this video, I've got 3 quick setup wins that will instantly tighten up your driver game. No gimmicks, no you've got to swing it like this guy here. Yeah, no, never gonna happen. Just real setup science based on anatomy and physics to get you fixing your slices, controlling your fades and draws, and finally owning the tee box. Oh yeah. So let's get into this. I'm Andrew Cullen. If you want to swing better, think better, score better, and golf yourself to life, subscribe here. All right, quick physics lesson first of all. It's critical to understand why the ball flies, where it flies, to get the most out of these 3 wins I'm going to give you. So we're going to look at club face first of all, and then we're going to look at club path second of all. So imagine this white line as my chosen target line. The yellow line will represent the club face. So if I swing the club around myself and then bring the club face back to square at impact, then we're going to send the ball along your target line. If the club face, as I swing back down towards strike, is open, so pointing right of target, then the ball is going to start towards the right of target. And hopefully, obviously by now, if I get the club face closed to my target line in the strike position, so pointing left of target for the right-hand golfer, then the ball is going to start left of target. The ball will always start where the club face is pointing at strike. Now, delivering the club face back to square at impact doesn't necessarily mean that the ball is also going to fly down your target line. So we have to talk about club path. If the club path is from outside to in relative to your target line, we're going to put right spin on the ball and the ball's going to move off your target line to the right hand side. If the club path is from inside to out relative to your target line, the ball is going to curve off to the left hand side with hook spin. So we need to be able to control the club path to be able to control the spin on the ball. And the more you divert from club face to club path, the more spin we have. So really the goal of all these easy wins is to deliver the club face back to square and to try and minimize the difference between the club path and where the club face is pointing to minimize the spin on the ball. Baby fade, baby draw, very controllable. So let's get into these easy wins. Why do I call them easy wins? Because it's minimum disruption to the technique to get very quick gains. Easy, easy, easy. Let's get into it. Easy fix number 1 for the right-hand golfer, left-hand position. This is the easiest fix if you're coming in with the club face open, ball is starting right of target. Here's your first port of call. Here's how I teach left-hand grip position. Let the hand hang and put the club in the left hand. That's your natural position. So you'll see that the arm doesn't hang parallel to the body. It turns in a little bit. If we just lay the club into your hand in that natural position, there's the position that the forearm will want to return in, natural, and that's your square position at strike. So let's go strong position. If open club face is a problem with you, we want to go strong first. If you hit it too far left, we can always work back from there. So here would be strong position. Put your club outside your left hip and then try again, let your hand hang naturally. Just put the club into your hand there. So we're going to be in a stronger position, much easier to do this way rather than trying to contort a position when the club's out in front of you. So there's strong position. That's probably going to create an over rotation of the left forearm and rather close the club face. Again, if you're coming in with open club face, we want to try and do the opposite. So strong left hand position. Often the problem I see of people trying to get their grip position is when the club's out in front of them in the middle, and to get this strong position is quite awkward. So they'll go into a weak position, the arm's going to rotate in the other direction, come into strike and open up the club face. So I'd recommend to get a really good neutral position, left hand here. If you need a stronger position, particularly if slice ball starting right is your problem, start out here, and then we're going to get that much more easy to square the club face up. So I got trouble down the right here, water, so I'm going to go again, club it just out of left of my left hip, so I'm slightly strong. I'm not going to change anything else from there, but we pretty much avoid the ball going at all right of target. Yep, left side of the fairway. Woo! Okay, easy win number 2, handle position. Let's assume we've got the club face returning back to square. Should the handle of your driver be rather up or down? Should it be rather forwards, neutral, or backwards? All these have an influence on the path of the swing and therefore the spin on the ball. So let me deal with the up-down first of all. So the higher I go with the handle, the more we're encouraging a bias that's going to swing the club path from inside to out, putting left spin on the ball. And the lower I go with the handle, the more I'm encouraging a club path that's going to be from outside to in, therefore putting right side spin on the ball. So again, for the slice tendency, here would be your sort of neutral position. If slice is still a problem with that left hand grip stronger, we'd rather go to a slightly higher position with the hands, sort of Bryson DeChambeau style. So we're going to swing more naturally from inside to out with the club path, rather than going low with the hands where we're liable to swing from outside to in with the club path. All right, so let's deal with the horizontal position of the handle or grip. If we let the driver lie on the ground how it's made, if it's made well, the shaft will probably sit at 90 degrees to the ground, and we don't really want to change it from there. So I would discourage moving the handle forwards. Again, that would rather get draw spin on the ball. If we do that with your irons, hands forward, we're encouraging that in to out stroke. The problem with the driver, obviously, I've got 10.5 degrees here. I'm going to turn it down to 0 degrees if I push my hands forward. So not a good idea with the driver to push the hands forward. So I'd rather have it in neutral position. The position really to avoid horizontally, particularly for the slicers, is hands back. Again, with the hands back behind the club head, we're encouraging an out to in swing path, club path, and so bias will be to put right spin on the ball and make it really worse for your slice. So the slicers out there so far, we've got a weak left hand grip position, we'd have a handle position that's low and back, and then you're just going to hit it right all day. So let me show you what I'm going to try and set up for a draw spin. Let me get rid of that ball. So draw spin, I would rather go to date with the 2 easy wins. I'd rather go slightly strong grip position. Okay, we got that. We go rather a position with the hands neutral to the club face, so not behind, so making sure my hands are up level with the club. And I'd be rather in a DeChambeau position, slightly higher with the hands rather than lower. So let's just see if we can draw this one. Might even hook it a little bit because I tend to draw the ball anyway. So let's have a go. Just started a little bit left of target. I moved a little bit further left, but it's still a fairway finder. So hopefully you understand now with those 2 easy wins how we can start to influence where the ball starts and how it spins afterwards. If you're a little bit lost with your swing, confused at which direction to go, check me out at Buy Me a Coffee. I have 25 spots available for video exchange coaching using the OnForm app to get you back on track and realizing your potential. Okay, easy win number 3, forearm alignment. I'm going to attempt to show you this with my alignment stick. If anybody ever wants to volunteer to help me with my videos out in the beautiful Black Forest in Germany, great, you can help me with all these bits and pieces. Right, so forearm alignment. Here would be my neutral, so obviously shoulders pointing towards the target, feet, hips, but also forearms. If I get my right forearm below my left forearm, I'm encouraging an in to out swing path, so draw spin, left spin on the ball. If I get my right forearm higher than my left forearm, I'm doing the opposite. I'm encouraging outside to in swing path, so cut spin on the ball. Often we see the sort of married with that as the body position too far forward. So we also want to get the forearms aimed, or if you're trying to influence spin on the ball, rather draw spin, fade spin. So let me just extricate myself from my alignment stick here. I'll try and hit a little baby draw for you down the 8th hole here. So I'm going to go neutral with my grip position, and I'm going to go neutral with my handle position, and we're just going to go right forearm underneath the left forearm. So we're encouraging again inside to out and a little baby draw. Here we go. Yes, there he is. Absolutely beautiful. Right, so how do we put all that into play? So it depends if you're a slicer or a hooker, or you just want to fade the ball and draw the ball on call. So slicers, I would recommend the 1, 2, 3. We want to go stronger grip position. We want to get the handle rather up and definitely not back. And we'd rather get the right forearm below the left forearm. So if I just aim on that bunker, I'm playing to sort of hook it back, so no more slice. Yep, started just on the bunker and is now moving well left on the fairway. If hooking is your problem, you would also then think about that in reverse. So you'd rather go neutral grip position to weak grip position. I'd probably stay neutral. We'd rather go handle slightly low, but again keeping it neutral to keep the same loft on the club. And you'd go rather right forearm above the left forearm. So I got to aim it down the left side now. So here we go. So handle's going to be low. I'm in neutral grip position. I got my right forearm above my left forearm. Normal swing, not changing anything in the swing here. Yep, started just left side of the fairway, now it's coming back. It's going to be just right side of the fairway. So again, if you're trying to fight a hook or trying to fight a slice, you'll probably want to engage all three of those. If you're just wanting to control fade and control a little draw, then you probably just want to employ one of those. So if I'm just trying to hit it just on the inside of the bunker with a little bit of baby draw, I'm probably going to go neutral grip position. I'm probably going to go neutral handle position, or I could go high, or I'm going to go right forearm under, or keep it neutral, but one of those two. So if I employ two of them, I'll probably get more draw spin. If I only employ one of them, I'll get less draw spin. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me just finish off with a beautiful little baby draw. Let's do a DeChambeau baby draw. Hands high, encouraging that in to out swing path. Nothing else in the swing changes. There he is, started on the bunker, a little bit left. Now if you're struggling with your iron shots, you want to check this video out.